What up? closer and then takes the steering wheel. What makes me know what time to cross over or to repeat till I feel? The skin and the bones, they all rattle. Future and past, they disagree. Flesh falls away, the bones, they all shatter. I start to see the end in me. See the end in me.
Hey everybody, Steve Felicetti, SJF Graphic Arts. You're watching another episode of Shut Up and Color. So going back to the assignment to do the game board for my buddy Gene. So if you remember, I had shown you this particular paper that he had sketched up, you know, as far as how he wanted the stars and everything. And I tried to show it to you on the paper before. You might not be able to see it very good, so figured I'd put it on here and show you one more time. So that was what I had to do, right? And this is what I did. So as you can see, they're all lined up, and he's got the space in between the center like he wanted. These are all form a line to the corners. So it looks pretty strapping. I like it. Looks pretty cool. So that was that, right? That was the first part of the assignment, and there's videotape. I'm probably going to put this after the videotape of me doing the actual work, so I don't really need to tell you that. So, this is that part, and then I added the stripes. And if you remember, I showed you, basically I grabbed some pictures of flags off the internet, and I had a couple already from some other stuff that I had done that I like. But he wanted the wave, you know, he wanted it to look like it's blowing in the wind. So I tried to really, this is one that I used quite a bit, or, you know, I referenced quite a bit for the shadowing and everything. I like the way it looks. But yeah, so this is what I came up with on my own. And I still got some details to add and some things to fix, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. It's waving. You know, it's got the ripples of the flag in it. You can't really tell which direction it's going. So I think I met checked all the boxes on this. I think he's going to be pretty pleased with it. I'm going to send it over to him, have him take a look, and you know, see what he says. So that's it for now. Just wanted to, you know, share that little piece with you before I send this out and get a you know, get a result, get a response from him. So we'll talk to you next time on Shut Up and Color. Thanks for listening. Shut up!